I often kick off these videos saying, oh my God, this piece of AI is a game changer. That's a game changer. This changes everything. And often that's sort of slightly true. But this genuinely is a major game changer. In fact, it's a grenade thrown into the comfortable world of American AI tech companies. What am I talking about? I'm talking about the Chinese release of Deepseek R1, an AI large language model that competes with OpenAI's top of the range O1 model, and in some cases surpasses it, and yet allegedly costs around $600 million to actually make. The impact of this has seen American tech shares like Nvidia, the flagship of the tech bro shares last year, absolutely tank. So we're going to take a deeper dive on the impact of DeepSeek AI, take a look at it and see what all the fuss is about. A few days ago, you had the top players from American AI companies standing shoulder to shoulder with Donald Trump, announcing a $500 billion, a $500 billion investment in data centers. Then you had Meta saying, yeah, we are also investing hundreds of billions of dollars in data centers. So there they were, the AI tech bros of the US standing on top of the AI world. 4 days later, boom. Yeah, DeepSeek AI. An AI, as I said, a large language model that, based on benchmark tests, competes on a par with OpenAI's highest paid model, the O1 model, and in some cases surpasses it, is free, is made open source, and cost only $600 million. What's this all about? How did China get to this position? I mean, there's all these kind of restrictions on China having these high-powered AI chips that NVIDIA are doing. And yet here they are developing a large language model that competes with the best that the US has to offer at a fraction of the price. You can see how this sent the tech market into turmoil. I mean, you can just look here. China's DeepSeek AI shakes industry and dents American swagger. The speed at which new Chinese AI app DeepSeek has shaken the technology industry, the markets, and the bullish sense of American superiority in the field of artificial intelligence has been nothing short of stunning. Venture capitalist Mark Anderson may have said it best. Deepseek R1 is AI's Sputnik moment. So there they were in the 1950s, American developing kind of rocket technology, etc., etc. Then all of a sudden, out of the blue, 1957, Russia launches Sputnik into space, and it's a wake-up call, and it basically triggers the space race between the two Cold War powers in the 50s. This feels like this moment. You know, I think the sense that the US AI industry having a swagger is correct. That bubble, those huge amounts of investment, like a tech bubble, has been truly burst by the introduction of DeepSeek R1. As I mentioned earlier, shares of AI chip designer and recent Wall Street darling Nvidia plunged 17% the time the market closed on Monday. So that just goes to show what a significant impact the launch of DeepSeek has had. And this is partly driven by this notion that somehow China have done this without having access to all the same top chips, apparently, that America has, because of the restrictions on them importing these top chips, like that H100 from NVIDIA and stuff like that. It cost only $600 million and not billions of dollars like Sam Altman says these things, you know, require to build. And they've done it in an innovative way because they've been forced to do it because of the restriction on the chips, etc. Plus, of course, China has massive access to data sets, enormous data sets, due to the fact that their sort of attitude towards privacy is, let's say, slightly different. And certainly their attitude towards copyright is slightly more lax than that in the West. So, yeah. And of course, not forgetting that the US does not have the monopoly on really bright tech bros and sisters. You know what I mean? China has some of the largest numbers of PhD holders in the world. So they've got some bright boys and girls there, especially when it comes to maths and programming. So yeah, China is a force to be reckoned with. Anybody who's followed the development of robot technology in China can see, they're pretty far ahead and pretty quick at developing technology and advancing very, very quickly in the world of tech. Anyway, that's all the background. As you can see, it's shaken the market to the core. There's loads of stuff on this. Deepseek is a wake-up call for the US tech firm, says Trump. The rise of the Chinese company Deepseek is a wake-up call after the emergence of its artificial intelligence AI model triggered shockwaves in Wall Street. And of course, we know in America, that's what they care about, Wall Street. Anyway, what is Deepseek? So here it is. As I said, it's free, it's open source, plus you can download it and run it off your own system. So you can run it locally if you've got a powerful enough computer as well. If you look on their main site here, you've got these benchmarks. These are industry benchmarks. These aren't benchmarks that are just made up by the Chinese company to sort of show off the power of their AI. So here we go. If you just look down here at these kind of various rankings, how it competes. Here, MMLU, Llama's just slightly ahead. MMLU Redux, ahead here. 3-shot drop here, 91.6. Don't worry if you don't know what any of this means. The point is, these numbers are bigger than these numbers, yeah? All these highlighted numbers. Bearing in mind, this only costs $600 million, which is nothing in the world of AI to develop. Again, all these numbers, this number's higher, these numbers are higher. I'm not going into the technicalities of it, but basically, look at this maths, okay? The ability to do these kind of difficult maths problems, nothing comes near it. Nothing. 90, scoring a score of 90.2. The closest one is 80. And what's that? That's the Quen 2.5 model. Here again, this other maths test here, 43.2. Nothing touches it. The C eval test here. So this is obviously in Chinese, so that helps a lot. You wouldn't be surprised the fact that they're top there. But there we go. And you could just start now. So let's just start. Now, one thing, of course, that is a problem is that they've been victim to a number of attacks, inevitably, I guess. Is it inevitable? And also just the sheer number of people wanting to use this. After it's free, I'm paying $20 a month for Google Gemini. You could pay up to $200 a month for OpenAI's top model. And this Deepseek is on a par with that. So yeah, you can see how it's sent wobbles. No, not wobbles, just an earthquake through the tech stock in the US. Anyway, once I get in, we're going to compare it side by side with OpenAI's basic model, Google Gemini, and maybe a few others. Despite the fact they're restricting some people's access to it due to the overwhelming kind of interest in it, it took 2 tries and I'm in. So that's really good news to see. So here we are, as you can see, similar layout as other basic models. So why don't we do something very simple? I know it's childish and simple, but there we go. I just like to see, for all the sort of expertise about, in mathematics and technology, what about creativity? Yeah, what about the creative style? So let's have a look. Oh, the wonders of AI, so clever, so grand, a marvel of tech built by human hand. It thinks and it learns, it computes with great speed, a digital brain for every last need. So it's got the right sort of pentameter going there. It chats and it writes, it can paint and compose. It knows all the things that a human brain knows. But does it dream dreams? Does it wonder or play? Or is it just circuits that light up all day? It lives in the cloud, in the wires, in the code, a helper, a teacher, a guide on the road. But beware, little human, don't give it the keys to all your secrets, your hopes, and your pleas. But AI is a tool, not a friend, not a foe. It's here to assist, not to run the whole show. So use it with care, with a wink and a grin, and maybe, just maybe, will all of us win. Oh, AI, so shiny, so new. The future's ahead and it's all up to you. But remember, dear human, the power's in your hand to shape what's to come in the tech-driven land. Oh my goodness, that is really good Dr. Seuss-like poetry with a bit of warning in there. Okay. And again, so this is using the Deepseek R1. Okay, so let's do a little test here. The classic test is how many R's in strawberry. See if it understands that phrase. And show your thinking. This is just a simple test that other AIs have sort of tripped up on. So let's see if it understands. How many R's are there in strawberry? 3. Okay, strawberry. Third letter is R, eighth letter is R. Brilliant. Look at that. And look at the speed at which that interacts. I mean, if we go to, let's have a look at Google. Okay, so let's take exactly the same. Just from a speed sake, put in R. Here we go. Just wait a second. Gemini there. So that's a paid Gemini, pretty quick. This is basic. Now look there. Let's break it down. Strawberry. There are 2 R's in strawberry. China versus America. I don't want to kind of make stereotypes, but they always say the Chinese are good at maths. Certainly counting to 3. Google failed. 2 R's. Unbelievable. Google Gemini. I pay nearly $20 a month for this. 2 R's in the word strawberry. No, I think you'll find there are 3 R's in the word strawberry. Very, very basic. And both Gemini and ChatGPT fell down at a very basic test. Let's do some coding. Okay, let's see if it can do that. Okay, it's doing it in Python. Look at the speed there. And we're going to do the same with the others. And I'll time this all out when I in the edit, and you will see how long it took. And it's got, so how to play. There we go. So that's really cool. So it's given, not only has it sort of programmed it. Okay, I'm going to ask it, can it run it? I can't run or execute in the environment. However, you can easily. Okay, and it's say, okay, so I'm just running this in Windows shell here, sort of command prompt. Welcome to tic-tac-toe. Enter your move 0 to 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sure, they're 9. Why can't I? Okay, let's go. Let's go 3. Okay. It sort of seems to have missed one out there. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4, position 4. Computer's turn. Okay. I'm going 4 then. Okay, then I need to go 1. This spot is already taken. You see, so there is an error in the code, in the fact that the first square there seems to have been missed out. And that seems to be 1, because 1 is not taken. Let's run the same thing in Gemini. Okay, so this is going to run it. Ready to go. You go, tell me the number square you'd like to put your X. Okay. So why don't we do this with Google Seek? Okay, I'm going to put in 1. My turn. I'll place it in 5. Okay, there he's been there. Okay, so we're going 9. I put it in 3. So we need to go 7. I need to go 8. Yes, I won. But let's do this. Let's play tic-tac-toe together. Okay, I'll be O and you'll be X. Okay, here we go. Make your move. 0 to, so what is it with 0 to 8? Oh, I see what. Okay, so it's not an error. They've started. So that's my fault. They started with 0. That's what confused me. Okay, so actually, if we go back to here, if I go 0, there we are, computer's turn. And then, so I've got to get what? I've got a 7. Oh no, I'm X, aren't I? Okay, it's going to be Enter my move. Going to have to be 8. It's a tie. Okay, I get it now. Okay, so that was my fault. It's naught. I didn't read the instructions. But if we go back, how to play. Yeah, look at this. See, read the instructions. Here's the board. You see, that's what it was clever. So I'm sorry, Deepseek. I did you a disservice. You were absolutely clear. The fact that you told me what to do, and I chose not to, like a typical bloke, I chose not to read the instructions and do it my way. Okay, but you gave me the instructions here. Enter a number 0 to 8, and you even broke it all down for me there. So good for you. Anyway, so there we go. That's playing tic-tac-toe. Let's do it here. Let's go for Gemini. Create me a game of tic-tac-toe. Okay, again, we're playing it in the thing. Let's go to Gemini in Python. Okay, quite quick there, as you can see. Save it. And it gives me save it. It tells me what to do here. So now I know what I'm doing. So we're going to save the file. In fact, no, what we need to do is copy the code. Let's see if this works. Copy the code. Yeah, the upshot of that is that there was an error in the code, line 50 there. So Gemini didn't do it straight away. It took a couple of iterations for me to get the tic-tac-toe right in Gemini there. Let's take a little deeper look into Deepseek R1 here. So it is an advanced language model comprising 67 billion parameters. Been trained from scratch on a vast data set of 2 trillion tokens in both English and Chinese. In order to foster research, we've made Deepseek LLM base and Deepseek LLMs, so 2 versions of it. So the chat version and the base version, open source for the research community. And then there's a paper here. You can download the model. You can run it locally. Have a look at the actual paper here. So here's the paper that explains how they did it. I'm going to download the paper, summarize this paper, upload docs or images. So it's parsing it. It's having a good look at it. It's quite a big file, quite a big piece of research paper. You know, it's not 6-form essay. We'll do the same with, there we are, it's done it, it's downloaded it all. Okay, let's run it. And off the little whale goes. We'll do the same with Gemini. It's taking its time to say it's quite a long paper. There, off goes Gemini. Do the same here. Upload from computer. Okay, that was a bit quicker to upload it. Okay, so Deepseek. Oops, Deepseek is experiencing high traffic at the moment. Please check back in a while. So it looks like we're going to have to try that one again. They're going to need more servers, basically, aren't they? Okay, this is Google. The paper introduces Deepseek LLM, a project focused on developing open source large language models with long-term potential. The project emphasizes scaling laws and their role in development of LLMs. The authors have developed a dataset of 2 trillion tokens to support the pre-training phase and have conducted supervised fine-tuning and direct preference optimization on Deepseek LLM base models. The evaluation results show that Deepseek LLM 67B outperforms Llama, so the other major open source large language model, on a range of benchmarks, particularly in code, mathematics, reasoning. Open-ended evaluations also indicate that Deepseek LLM 67B chat outperforms better than chat 3.5. Well, chat 3.5 is a bit old. Okay, a bit more in depth here from ChatGPT. The uploaded document introduces Deepseek LLM. The project investigates the scaling laws to optimize the development of large-scale language models, specifically in 2 configurations, 7 billion and 67 billion parameters. Uses a dataset of 2 trillion tokens, mostly Chinese and English. It refines scaling laws. And this is the key thing. This is how they're making it efficient in order to, you know, if they have genuinely done this with a reduced number of AI chips that are available to them, using smarter ways to create the LLM, using these scaling laws to allocate computer resources effectively between model size and data size, introduces a new metric to more accurately represent model scale. Again, outperforms Llama and also better conversational capabilities than ChatGPT 3.5 and has supervised fine-tuning and direct preference optimization to improve usability. It collects around 1.5 million instruction datasets for tuning across multiple languages and domains. And then they talk about robust safety evaluations to align model behavior with ethical standards. So there we go. A quick breakdown. All quite good. Obviously, DeepSeek is a bit over subscribed at the moment. So we'll come back to see how that actually does. But generally, let's start a new chat. Just clear the screen. So this is fairly basic. Guy of firsties. Not my firsties. Guyanese. Okay, off you go. Off you go. Off you go. Should really start a new conversation, but there we go. But look at this. Look at the speed of this. March in place for 2 minutes. Arm circles, leg swings. I can do a leg swing. Torso twists. Focus on loosening up your shoulders and hips. Then cardiovascular, brisk walking, swimming, yeah. Strength training, do that. 20, 30 minutes. I don't do 20, 30 minutes. Flexibility and balance. Yeah. Do a bit of Qigong and cool down. Listen to your body. If something feels uncomfortable or pain, full stop. Stay consistent. Hydrate and eat well. Incorporate active recovery. Consult a professional. Okay, I like that. Gemini. Warm up. Squats, push-ups, lunges, plank, bird dog. Light cardio. Repeat 3 to 4 times a week. A lot more simple there. I like the more thorough breakdown that we're getting here with tips and stuff. Breaks down the warm-up, cardiovascular, strength training. Yeah, a bit more detailed. And this is the paid, this is Gemini Advanced. I should actually put it on experimental advanced. There we go. Let's see if that makes a difference. Okay, yeah, look, see if I go on the experimental advanced, it's breaking it down by the day. Wow. Okay, so that's, yeah, so I'm on Google Advanced 2, so they're top LLM, the top chat model. And it even gives you sort of where it's getting some of these results from about a healthy diet, nutrition, much more thorough. So actually Gemini gets that one, I think. And again, this is on a par, memory updated. Okay, so obviously it's remembering me. So this is actually ChatGPT remembering that it's me for future reference. Here's a balanced daily workout routine. And again, quite a lot of detail there. So that's on a par, I'd say, with DeepSeek, maybe. Gemini, the top Gemini one comes out top there, to be honest, with its detail. After changing to the 2.0 model from the 1.5 Gemini, we get a better result. Let's see if we can summarize the paper again. New chat. Summarize its own paper and put it, and we'll see whether we've got it can run it this time. Well, here we go. I think, yeah, thought about it, but too much traffic at the moment. So we are competing with. This is all in the news headlines. You know, it's all over the news. Everyone's talking about it. It's free to use. Everyone's testing it. Everyone's giving it a go. So I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt on this one, but generally, I would say it's worked really, really well. Obviously, it needs more research, but it got the strawberries question right. How many R's in strawberry? Better than Gemini 1.5 and ChatGPT 3.5 or whatever. There are indications that it's on a par with current large language models. Yeah, and that's all great. Sure, it competes with the best that the market has got in the world of AI right now. And that's, you know, hey, competition is good. But what's really stunning about DeepSeek, if it is true that it only cost $600 million compared to the absolute hundreds of billions, we're talking a fraction of the cost to create a large language model which competes and sometimes beats the best of the best right now coming out of America, cost a fraction of the money that has been spent by OpenAI and other people. And you can see why it sent jitters into the US AI tech market. This is a big wake-up call. There's still more kind of research to be done on this, and the fact that it's free and all of that, it really is a game changer. As I said, I've merely scratched the surface. I wanted to have a little play with it. I wanted to show you, do it live. Obviously, I'll do things a lot more thorough and really get down into the weeds and maybe come back to it. There's still a lot we don't know about Deepseek R1 and the company behind it, etc., etc. And obviously, being a Chinese company comes all those fears that we tend to get with Chinese companies. valid or not, I'll leave it to you. But for instance, here we've got an article from The Guardian. We tried out DeepSeek. It worked well until we asked about Tiananmen Square and Taiwan. So interesting. Chinese generative AI must not contain content that violates the country's core socialist values, according to a technical document published by the National Cybersecurity Standards Committee. So there's that whole Chinese government overbearing kind of on the LLM that is a concern. Also, your own privacy, uploading documents and stuff. What is happening to it in the data set? That is true of any large language model, but especially one coming out of a company from China. As I said, whether these reasons are driven by some sort of stereotype or legitimate concerns, it is a concern. And also, how legitimate is the fact that they managed to create such a powerful large language model for only $600 million and with limited access to chips, apparently. So is that true? Or is the limitation of the number of high-powered AI chips like the H100s from NVIDIA, is the fact that the lack of them, has that driven innovation with the great kind of knowledge and all these PhD bros in China being able to find a better way, a more efficient way to create large language models? These are a lot of questions that currently are unanswered. Lots of experts have an opinion on it, but there you go. But I'd be interested to know your thoughts. Have you tried DeepSeek? What are your thoughts about it? What are your thoughts about AI, especially the US tech bros and all of that, and the impact that DeepSeek is going to have on all of that? I mean, I've got some NVIDIA shares and yeah, they tanked a little bit. Good job we're talking tens of pounds rather than hundreds of thousands of pounds, put it that way. Anyway, I hope you found this video interesting. I hope you found it useful. If you did, then please hit the likes because I like it, YouTube likes it, and it helps people like you find content just like this. And talking of content just like this, if you want more of this, make sure you stay subscribed to my channel by hitting that subscribe button, toggling that notification bell, and that way you'll know when I go live with content just like this. And talking of videos just like this and all of that, why don't you check out these videos here? These ones here, right here. Thanks for watching.